Welcome to the Irish Farmers Journal Weekly Podcast, brought to you by Ornua, the home of Irish dairy.
William Condon here. I'm here at Beef 2016 with Ned Heffernan, Dry Stock Advisor. Ned, what would be your top tips for summer management?
It's very quickly grass can go out of control if stocking rates aren't right and if with different growth during the year. So walk your farm regularly, walk it on a weekly basis, identify if you have too much grass or too little grass. If you have a surplus, take it out. If you're running short of grass, take remedial action. If fertiliser is needed, fertiliser nitrogen, give it a boost. Maybe a bag of nitrogen might be sufficient at this stage of the year. But basically walk your farm, keeping in touch with your grass covers and the amount of grass you have on the farm.
And at what heights should farmers be putting cattle in and taking cattle out of paddocks?
Well, you're talking about 1,400 kilos of dry matter per hectare, so between 9 and 10 centimetres in height. You're taking them out at 4 centimetres would be kind of the optimum height this time of the year with good grazing conditions.
And are farmers keen to learn today from your experiences?
Yeah, there's a good appetite for one-on-one questions, especially young farmers who are taking over the family farm or maybe getting land back that's been in tillage and talking about dividing up fields, working out field sizes or stocking rates and how to divide up paddocks.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Ned.
No bother.
Paul Fitzpatrick from Trim, County Meath, only over the road from here now.
Are you farming yourself at home?
Yeah, we're suckling farming at home there now.
And have you taken anything out of today? Anything you can do on your own farm maybe to improve efficiency or?
Grassland management is something that's key now, and trying to get more efficient rather than pushing output on the farm at home. I want to get more efficient where we are at the minute and look for the long-term goal now.
Brexit, what are your feelings on it? There's a lot of uncertainty out there. How do you think it'll affect your farm or other beef enterprises? Is it negative or positive in your opinion?
Yeah, well, I suppose at the minute it's hard to know. It's up in the air, and I suppose no one really knows, but it's hard to know for the long term. But at the short term, it seems to be showing negative talk and a negative vibe, and as soon as you hear that, it shows nearly in cattle rings in the markets in particular. You can see last week alone, I think cattle were back €50 head there. So you would imagine it's a negative effects, but farming industry in particular now. But hopefully now the north-south relations now will stay strong now.
John Kelly from Roscommon.
So John, your initial reaction to Brexit, what do you think? How will it affect the trade for beef in Ireland?
Well, slightly worried on our markets since the UK is a very big importer of our produce, but I think in the long term it's going to be better for industry overall, for European markets and getting through regulations. So I think as a quality control in the long run it should help us out. But I think in the short term we're going to have a rough patch, and it's already hitting the markets as is, so hopefully right over the road.
You're a Teagasc advisor yourself, John. How are you finding today now?
Today is very good. People are very positive. They're very interested in the new technologies we have here, particularly the grassland demonstrations here on paddock grazing, the target forward heights, and indefinitely soil fertility, and how they can maximise amount of grass growing and in turn improve profitability on the farms.
Perfect, John. Thanks very much for talking to me.
Conor O'Malley.
Conor, your initial reaction to Brexit?
From an agriculture point of view, it's probably hard to see the positives anyway, certainly short term. Definitely with the weakness of the pound, for that immediate shockwave with the pound getting weaker, can't do any good to us for export. So it's interesting times, but you would be a little bit nervous going forward. But look, after a couple of years of flux, I'm sure things will even themselves out and trade agreements will be done, etc. And hopefully things will not be too bad. But certainly there might be a year or two of flux. And certainly, particularly with the beef sector and other things like mushrooms, where we do a lot of export to the UK, you'd prefer not to have that. You just prefer if things were a bit steadier. Yeah.
What sort of farm have you at home, Conor?
I'm a farm manager, beef, sucklers and potatoes and a bit of horticulture as well.
And have you taken anything out of today now?
I probably am about to come to probably the most interesting bit probably for me is the reseeding plots and all that. It's supposed to be quite interesting. Maybe the synchronisation on the suckler cows is something we've done this spring. So it was interested to see that plot there and see how it's going, yeah.
Thanks very much, Conor.
The Irish Farmers Journal Weekly Podcast, brought to you by Ornua, the home of Irish dairy.